Hey my friends, what's going on? It's your boy Cater, No Quitters for Life. So pound that for watching this video. Pow! So guys, in this video today, I want to talk about how to make $100,000 a year, 100,000 plus a year as an entrepreneur. Like a lot of people have been asking me, yo Cater, I want to make a six-figure inside of my business. I want to take it to a whole next level, bro. What did you do? How can you help me? What are the principles that you actually applied in your life that enabled you to make your first 100K? So in this video, guys, we're gonna be talking about how you can do that for yourself, right? So I wanna share with you at least 10 principles that you're gonna have to utilize if you wanna create a six figures, right? If you're just getting started from scratch right now, you wanna create a six figure inside of your business, inside of your entrepreneurship business, this is what you gotta do, okay? You go hard, right? You go hard or you go home. You know what's gonna happen for yourself, guys. I can tell you, you can change your life. Number one, you gotta get up early and start early. That's gonna be number one thing. I remember when I first started, guys, I was overweight, I was fat, you know, my sleeping habits was totally different. I would watch a bunch of Netflix movies. I don't know if you was anything like me, but I remember back in the days, I would literally sit down on the couch, stroll into Netflix to find new series to watch. But when I became an entrepreneur, I then realized, holy smoke, if I keep on watching TV, I'm not gonna get the results that I want. So I had to learn how to go to sleep, right? Go to sleep, and then so I can get up early and I start early. The reason why you wanna get up early and start early, it gives you an advantage. You feel like your day is a lot longer. My regular day starts at 5 in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning. So I wake up every day at 5 a.m. in the morning. Now, to some people, it would be crazy. Why would I want to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning? See, when you wake up before the sun, everybody's going to wake up around 7. So you have 2 hours, right? 2 hours. Some people even push it to 3, 4 o'clock. But I say start at 5 o'clock. This is where I get started. So I have 2 hours to do other things. So I have a 2 hours head start versus everybody else that's getting started at 7 or who's waking up at 7, then they're getting started at 9 or 8 o'clock. So that gives you 2 hours where you can actually get things done. Okay, you get a lot more things done because you got mad energy. Now, forming a new habit is always difficult. In the beginning, remember, it's gonna be difficult for you to start doing it because you're not used to waking up early. Now you're gonna have to force yourself as an entrepreneur because you have a goal and a dream in mind and you know where you're going, and it requires for you to make some sacrifices. So therefore, it's not a problem for you to wake up early anymore because you got a goal, you got a dream, you got a vision that you create, which is gonna bring me into step 2. Now, when you wake up early, not just to wake up and just, okay, now I'm up early, now what's next? I'm gonna go watch some TV. That used to be me, right? That's not gonna produce the results that you want. It's not gonna create six figures. So after you wake up early, number 2, you gotta create a vision. If you don't have a vision of where you're going, you more likely will get nowhere, okay? When you get into your car, you know exactly where you're going. And that's why you're not gonna get lost, right? Even if there's gonna be, some roadblocks in the road, if you get out of your car right now and say, hey, I'm gonna go to my mom's house, guess what? No matter how many roadblocks that comes on your way, you're gonna make it to your mother's house because you know you're gonna take a different direction, different road to get there. And it's all the same way in your journey to entrepreneurship. When you get started, sometimes you're gonna have a lot of roadblocks, many roadblocks on your way. But what I want you to realize is the fact that with the roadblocks, there's always other diversion. There's always different places that you can actually go. There's always different shortcuts you can actually go through to get to the next level. So you wanna create a vision. Okay, if you don't have a clear vision of where you're going, okay, say, write that stuff down. Okay, this year, 2018 coming up, or whatever year that you're watching this, I'm gonna create $100,000 for this year. You create it on a vision, you write it on a vision board, then you know when you're waking up early in the morning, there's something behind what you're doing. It's not without purpose. Because if you just do it, I'm just gonna wake up just like everybody else, It's without purpose. You're not gonna get to the vision that you're trying to get to. One of the reasons I created a vision board, on my vision board, I actually wrote down the check that I want to create. I remember seeing the story of Jim Carrey. Reason why you want to do that is because you want to destroy the self-limiting belief that you have. You want to create a new set of belief. Now, if you was to always do things differently, your mind or your surrounding present a different opportunity for yourself, which is an opportunity that does not offer much. So your self-belief, your self-limiting belief that they believe those things as you grow up. So in order for you to change that, you have to get yourself acquainted mentally with something different. So that's why by writing your goals every single day is going to be very important for you to succeed. That's why what I do, I have a check. I haven't cashed it out. It's for $10 million for service rendered. Actually, I will flash it on the screen so you guys can actually see. I remember seeing the story of Jim Carrey, and before he did the movie Dumb and Dumber, and he wrote down the check of $10 million for service rendered. Now, that specific strategy, I found it in a book called Think and Grow Rich. I think he mentioned the same thing in his story also. The book Think and Grow Rich, if you haven't read it, read that book. It talks about writing the amount of that you want to manifest into your life. And once you write it down, what's going to happen? You say it to yourself every single day for service render. All right, guys. So number 3, you got to work more hours. Don't kill me now. I'm just the messenger. I'm just telling you, if you're going to change your life, right, it's going to take for you to work more hours than the average person. Now, here's the thing that you must realize. When I was working a job, so I was working 9 to 5. So I would go to my job. I work for 9 to 5. I come back home. I'm just like, yo, it's done. That's it. I'm finished, right? So I'm just getting paid per time. But wow, now when you become an entrepreneur, you have your own business. You're not working per hours anymore. It's not about, oh man, I work 8 hours. It's not a 9 to 5 anymore. It's no more 9 to 5, baby. You got to put in the work. Now it's more about the value. You know, because you don't get paid for the time, you get paid for the value. Now, when you become an entrepreneur, that's the goal now, is whatever you bring into the marketplace, maybe, you know, building a business to 6 figures, making 100K or more, maybe it will take you 10,000 hours. Or maybe you can create something in 2 hours and it creates 100K. And that's the key now. That's the whole different ball game. It's not about, oh man, I work 9 hours or I work 8 hours, I'm tired. It's more about some days you're going to have to work more than just 8 hours. I figured that out when I first started on my journey, right? So I would just watch Netflix. So I would just go in and watch Netflix and just stay there and not putting in the time. I used to love playing video games. I would stay there and play a lot of video games. And then I read this book called The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone, where he talks about most everybody are underproducing because we can produce a lot more, but we don't push ourselves to the next level because we believe that, oh, you know what? I'm just going to put in, I want to get the most and to do the least. So I want to do the least and get the most out of it. But it's not so true. Now, if you want to create a 6-figure, it's not about you're producing the least that you can anymore. It's about getting the most results and become most efficient. And sometimes in the beginning, in order for you to become very efficient, you're going to have to put in some more extra time, to get the task done, because now you are your own boss. Nobody's coming to you to tell you, hey, this is how it's supposed to be done, because now you're going to have to be the one that figure out how things are done on a continuous basis. So when I learned this strategy, I read that book saying that we are most people, we are underproducing. What I started doing was started pushing myself to produce 10x, to produce 10x the production, which in return got me 10x the results. Even if you don't get 10x the results, if you 10x your production, you're gonna get at least 5 times the results that you was getting. Now, here's the key. When you 10xing, you wanna do what's working. That's why you want to take 6 months of the year. As an entrepreneur, you're going to test different things to see what works best for you, because here's the thing. You don't want to scale crap. So if something is not working, you don't want to scale it, because if you scale crap, guess what? You're going to get more crap. So you want to scale what's working. That's why you want to go out there and test different things. So you test different strategy. Maybe it's Facebook that's working for you. Maybe it's YouTube. Maybe it's Craigslist. Maybe it's e-commerce. Maybe it's this. So you test different things now, right? You test different different things until you find your sweet spot. Because what works for me doesn't necessarily mean that that's what's gonna work for you, right? So you gotta test different things now, and then once you find a couple of things, one or two things that's working, where you're getting results from, even if it's a little bit of results, you wanna pay attention to that. And then you scale that up. So now if you're getting a little bit of results, now you spend most of your time to where your results are coming from. And now you scale it. Now you start putting 10x of your time in there. That's going to produce a lot more results for you in 2018, 19, whatever time that you're watching this, all right? The next key that I want to give you in 2018, if you want to produce a six-figure income for yourself, you want to schedule your time. Schedule your time so you know, because now when you transition from, you know, a person, an employee to an entrepreneur now, maybe now you're creating enough income through your business to where you can just be home and do whatever you want. But here's the tricky part. When I started getting better at what I do, I started creating income, and now I'm like, okay, well, I don't have to work a 9 to 5. Now my friends call me and they're like, yo, let's go hang out on their time off. So they're not working, they call me, yo, okay, let's go kill some time. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it, man. I ain't working, John, let's do it. I'm an entrepreneur, baby, let's go. But this is the tricky part, because you're shooting yourself in the foot when you do that. Because if you don't set up a schedule for production, what's going to happen? Distraction. You're going to give into your distraction instead of your production. So your time that you could have been given for your production, now your boy is calling you, yo, let's go play some Xbox. Now you spend the whole day playing Xbox when you know, yo, you got to send out an email. When you know you got to make a YouTube video. When you know you got to put a new product on your store. When you know, yo, you got to follow up with those people. When you know you got to sell a coaching package. When you know you got this webinar that you got to put together. So you got to the point, you know what you got to do. It's not that you don't know what you got to do, but you're giving into your distraction, and now it gets crazy. Now everything is out of control now, because the time that you should have been doing the things that you should be doing, you're spending it doing the things that you shouldn't be doing. So now your business cannot move forward now, because you're not putting the time that is required in order for it to produce that results that you actually want. So that's why you want to schedule yourself. If you have kids like myself, I'm a parent. I got 3 baby girls. I love them to death. Whew, I love those girls. But here's the thing. There's a scheduled time that when daddy is busy, when daddy can't play with you, when you gotta be on the side now, it's time for production. So if you have kids, you know, you're a family man or you're a family woman, you gotta set up some time aside. You're an entrepreneur now, you gotta set up some time aside for your business, because remember, your business is what's going to create that 6 figures for yourself, for your kid to be at ease, or that 7 figure that's going to give you the freedom. So you're not just doing it for yourself, you're doing it for your family. And at the end of the day, they're going to understand that, hey, mommy got to set time aside. Daddy got to set some time aside for the dream, because we are all on the same boat. If I make this stuff happen, they win. If you make this stuff happen, they win. So therefore, we all gotta be on the same line. It's a whole family vision. We all gotta be on the same page. So I gotta set up some time for myself so I can make that stuff happen. Talking about time, I wanna go into 5. What you wanna do is to separate your time for learning and time for production. See? Here's what happened. A lot of people, when they come into this game, they start learning. They get so much information. You learn from this video, you learn from this webinar, you learn from this course, You're learning how to make money online. You're learning how to be an entrepreneur. You're learning how to fly, baby. You're trying to go to the next level. So there's all this information. Now you become information overload. The number 1 key and the remedy for information overload, my friends, is action. The more action that you take, the more or less you're gonna feel information. Less likely you're gonna feel information overload, because you're actually putting out the stuff that you're actually getting in. That's what happened with a lot of people. If you're not taking action, you're gonna feel overwhelmed, because you're learning all that great information, but you're not going out there and do something with it, okay? That's where it gets really crazy. Now, talking about time, you know, scheduling your time, let's move on into the next step, which is step 5. You wanna separate your time full of learning from your time of production. The reason you want to do that, guys, you must understand, learning and production is not the same thing. When I first got started, right, I got so excited. I bought all these courses. I remember going to YouTube and I got this webinar from this mentor. I bought this courses for $500, this one for $1,000, this one for $200. I'm excited. So I wake up middle of the night. I woke up my wife. I'm like, yo, we're going to be rich. We're going to be rich. And she's like, yo, dude, you crazy. What's going on? And I'm like, yo, I'm learning all this information. So I'm on this webinar. I've done learn YouTube. I went on this one. I learned Craigslist. I went on this one and learned about lead generation. I come on this one and learn about e-commerce. And it was totally crazy. My mind was blown up for all those great information I was learning. But as the month goes by, as the week starts going by, I was still broke. Although I knew so much, I had so much knowledge, but it wasn't transferring into capital. It wasn't money. So it's like the book says, I was doing a lot of reaching, I was doing a lot of thinking, but not a lot of reaching. So that's when I have started to learn and understand. I need to separate the time of learning and the time of production. So if I learn something for 1 hour, I want to go out there and produce for 2-3 hours. That's going to bring me the results that I want, right? Based on the production, I'm going to have feedback from the market. I'm going to know, okay, this is what I'm doing good. This is what I'm not doing good. This is where I need to correct myself. But I need data to do that. If I don't go out there, I'm not going to have my own data. Although I can look at all those people that was making thousands and millions, but it wasn't going to change my business if I didn't do something different. So I needed to schedule time for production, meaning a lot of us could do a lot more than we think. So what I was doing, right, I'm going to the process, I'm putting up my business, but I'm trying to run it like a 9 to 5. I'm thinking, yo, I want to do as less as possible for the day and get the most as possible. And that's the mindset with a lot of people. I want to do as less as possible, kid, and get the most results as possible. But here's the thing. The input determines the output. But you got to be smart on the thing that you do a lot more, on the thing that you scale up. So I read this book that talks about, hey, we underproduce. We could do a lot more, 10x, and whatever I was doing. So I started to stop being lazy and 10x in my action. Guess what? I started getting 10x results because I 10x my input. So my output, even though like on some cases it wasn't 10x, it was probably 5x or 7x, but it was a lot more than what I was getting before because I focused on pushing a lot more energy in the market, pushing a lot more of my income, pushing a lot more of what I can do. And it was massively transforming my life. So you want to go out there and push a lot more. Separate the time of learning and the time of production, and you want to focus on producing, on growing, and that's gonna make a big difference for you. Number 6, guys, this is gonna be one of the most important one for you, is to learn how to create passive cash flow. This will change your life. I'm telling you guys, if you learn how to create massive cash flow for yourself, it's gonna be amazing what you could do this year for yourself. Because if you don't have a creating cash flow strategy, I wanna talk about a few of them that I've utilized throughout the years to change my life. You need to have some cash flow strategy. Now, this is probably gonna be the most important part of this video that you're watching, okay? If you're gonna create a 6-figure in this year, you're not to be thinking about how you're gonna do it with your job, because more likely most job is not gonna pay you 6 or 7 figures. That's not gonna happen, because you are replaceable. They can replace you with someone else who can do whatever you're doing. And the most part, unless you have developed a skill set that is rare, that other people don't have, and that is very lucrative to the person to the company that you create the skill set for. All right, now we're talking about your business, taking yourself to the next level. So you gotta learn how to create some cash flow. Create some passive cash flow strategies for yourself that you can take your game to the next level. So I want to share with you a couple of them that you can create. For example, you can go out there and create an ebook, right? You can create an ebook and you sell it online. You can have this ebook that you write, it's all on the internet, and you set the price, whatever price that you want to set it for. And that's the amazing part about being an entrepreneur. You don't get paid for the time, you get paid for the value. So therefore, I don't get to tell you how much you charge for it. It could take you 1 hour to write, it could take you 2 hours. Matter of fact, you can even outsource it. I know people who outsource an ebook and they sell it for like $9, $10, $20, $100. It doesn't matter. right? It's the value that you bring into the marketplace. Is it changing lives? Is it doing what it's supposed to? So by having an ebook, you can passively make money by selling that ebook on social media, on your YouTube channel if you have one, like this one, right? That's how I started. You can create money that way. Another way is by creating your own online courses. Now, guys, I've sell so many courses in the last 5 years on the internet. I'm telling you the secret right now. It's one other way you can create passive cash flow by having this online course. You don't have to be there. People can watch it at their own time. They can download the information. They can put it in their brain. They can make the changes that are necessary for their lives and change their lives without you being there. To me, that is so amazing. That's one of the ways you can actually create cash flow. Another way you can actually create cash flow, guys, you can learn how to build a list. Now, building a list is so amazing. It's so powerful, guys. Think about it. If you learn the skill set, you build a list of people, whether it's 500, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 90,000 like myself in the last year, 100,000, 1,000,000 people that you can actually send a message to. You can introduce them to a product, a project, anything that you're doing. Think about it like right now. I have 90,000 people on my list. That's about 4 basketball stadiums that I can literally come in today in front of them and say, guys, this is the message for today. This is what I got for you. Now think about building that for yourself, right? If you build that skill set of creating passive cash flow, it's a skill set that you can email that list at any time, boom, and then you can create income. You can refer them to something, right, bang, boom, and you create income for yourself. Guys, it's so powerful once you build that list. But guess what? It's going to take some time of learning. It's going to take some time in the trenches to learn, to grow every single day. It's going to take the time for you to put the list together, the capture page, you know, how you're going to funnel that stuff. It's going to take some time for you to learn. That's why we talk about creating a passive cash flow strategy, creating a passive cash flow skill set. That way you don't have to be there. You can always create money on demand, right? I can literally send this video you're watching right now to over 90,000 people and they all can see it. A percentage of them will see it. And guess what? I can bring awareness to anything that I want to bring awareness to. And that's what you want to create for yourself. So this is one skill set you can learn. Another skill set you can learn to create passive income is to learn how to generate traffic. Now, I use Facebook, I use YouTube. If you master traffic, now think about it. You go inside of Facebook, you give Facebook $1 and it gives you back $3. If you can create that skill set for yourself and this year coming up, you understand traffic, you could put in $1 and create $3. Just think about putting in 10 and create 30, put 100K, create 300K. Now you have a skill set that is massive and that is needed by a lot of people in the marketplace. Just think about how you're going to impact your life by having that skill set of understanding how to market, understanding how to get traffic, learn how to create a sales funnel. It's another skill set that can create passive cash flow for you. It's another passive cash flow strategy. You learn how to create a sales funnel that will take people from watching a free video like this one and get them to something where they can buy something, where in a back end you can offer them something else. You learn the strategy. It's gonna blow your mind this year how much you can create wealth for yourself if you learn this stuff, guys. Another thing you could do is create a smartphone app. Now, I haven't done a smartphone app myself, but I have a few friends who have. You know, inside of the app, what they do, they give out the app for free. And inside, for you to get to the next level, have you played Candy Crush? Right? For you to get to the next level, once you get in there, you gotta pay. You gotta get some coin, like Bitcoin, or you gotta get some coins inside of the app so that you can get to the next level. That's passive income to whoever created, whoever had the idea to sit down and create the app. So this is something you can go and learn and go out there and do. Remember, learn some, do some, teach some, and then do some more. For mastery, you gotta go out there and learn that stuff and make it happen for yourself. Real estate, that's another way. If you go out there, you invest in real estate, you have people paying you monthly, that's passive income. It's a passive strategy. Sell your own products. How many products I've sold throughout the years? So many, guys. So many. You can create your own product, sell them, And then that's passively. People watch my videos, people watch your videos in your turn, and then they buy whatever product that you're selling. If you have skill set, if you have any experience in certain things that you can share with people, they can go out there and create results based on the stuff that you share with them. My wife, for example, sells stuff on Etsy. You can go out there, if you have a skill set, that you can go on Etsy and you sell your stuff. You know, my wife, she does little decorating stuff and people love it. She sells them on Etsy and she get paid passively. So every time the order comes in, she just have to ship them out. That's passive income. That's a passive strategy. YouTube videos. Some of you seen my channel grow. I show you from the time it was making $300 in Google AdSense to $1,000 to $2,000. So now over $3,500 going towards $4,000 a month. With YouTube, you could do that by making videos. You could passively create and generate income by making videos. So you need to have a passive cash flow strategy, okay? Number 7, okay? Number 7, you need to spend your time and energy doing versus talking about it. I have a friend of mine, he has some of the best advice. Yo, Kader, you gotta do this. Yo, Kader, you gotta do this. Oh, would you do this? Let's do this together. But he's never do it. And it's like, dude, I use your ideas and I've had some amazing results. He's like, Kader, I have this idea for this video, do this. And I'm like, dude, why don't you make this video? And then when I make the video, boom, it goes viral. I get a bunch of views, get a bunch of likes, get a bunch of people taking action. I'm like, dude, that's your idea. That could have been you. Oh, he's like, yo, Kader, he's excited. Yo, we're going to kill it. We're going to crush it, baby. Let's go. And then he make one video, then he stopped. Then I'm like, dude, look at all the results you could have been getting. That's you. See, that's the thing. Don't talk about it this year. Show it to me. Someone says that don't talk about your dream. Show your dream. Go out there, create the results. Stop talking about it. Spend all your energy doing instead of talking. What I used to do a lot of time, thinking is great. You want to think for your business. You want to think for the future. But here's the thing. Thinking is not going to deliver the results that you want. You need to be doing. If you can spend more time doing versus thinking, you're going to get a lot more results. Now you need to think because everything starts from the inside before it projects to the outside. So you need to have time to think. But the person who can move into action mode versus thinking for a longer time will win because they will see the results. They will know where to correct things. They will know, they will make mistakes and they will learn in the process. So you want to spend most of your time, most of your energy doing stuff instead of thinking about stuff, okay? The number 8 thing, you want to work with a coach, right? The reason why you want to work with a coach, I personally have coaches. Coaches have changed my life. The reason you want to have a coach is that the coach will help you and spare you from making some of the mistakes that he's probably already made, right? Some of the things that's why coaches and mentors, there's 2 different things. It's very important to understand that a coach will help you, will push you to keep going. A mentor is someone who's done what they telling you, right? That's why you want to find mentors, right? Not just coaches, but you also want to find people who's already done what you're trying to do. It's going to spare you a lot of the headaches, a lot of the trouble. I remember when I got a mentor, he said, Kader, you need to stop procrastinating and you need to start making videos. And I'm like, dude, I'm not seeing any results. He's like, go do some more. How many have you done? I'm like, oh, I haven't done. I did like 10 videos. He's like, dude, do 100. Don't talk to me until you do 100. I'm like, no, come on. Nobody's liking my stuff, man. Only my mommy's seeing it. Now, I'm getting thousands of people to watch my videos, right? Every month. Like last month, we got 300,000 people to watch videos on this channel. But imagine if I had quit after 10 and say, hey, that's how I feel. But he's already been there. He knows the process. He knows that in the beginning, it's a process. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon, right? I'm going to have to start, slow. I'm going to have to pick up speed and then I'm going to have to keep going in order for me to see results. It's not overnight. He understood that, but I didn't. So that's why having a mentor is powerful. Like you need to know who's your mentor. Like a lot of you are taking advice from people who doesn't have the results that you want. That's why I stopped taking advice, financial advice from my friends because they didn't have the lifestyle that I want. They didn't have the finances that I want. I don't take financial advice from my parents, although I love them dearly. They're my parents, but I don't take financial advice from them. See, you can have mentors in different areas of your life, right? Your financial mentor doesn't have to be your spiritual mentor. It doesn't have to be your marital mentor. It's like someone who you're married, you've been to 5 marriages, all of them been messed up, you can keep a family together, and you're trying to tell me or mentor me how to keep mine together. It makes no sense, right? It's the world upside down. So you want to choose mentors that has the results that you're looking for. You see the person, they have that lifestyle, they have the results that you want, and you say, hey, you know what? This is the person that I'm going to go with. And this person can mentor you to get the results that you want. All right, so you want to work with a coach, right? Number 9, don't buy things that you don't need at the moment, right? Because sometimes we buy, if you're gonna make a 7-figure and 6-figure the next year coming, sometimes we buy things out of impulse. And you don't want to be that person who's buying things out of impulse. Don't buy anything impulsively that you don't need at the moment. Because sometimes we'll buy things, oh, you know, if you go to the mall and you see this sneakers and you're like, yo, I'm gonna buy it. Or you see this radio, oh, I'm gonna buy this TV, I'm gonna buy it. Or I might need this. Another thing, people buy things that they might need, they don't need right now. I might need it in the future. See, that's good marketing, because as you walk in, you know, you're doing some window shopping, you walk into the mall, and then you see this thing and the marketing is so there, hey, 50% off today, get it. And you're like, yo, I can't let go of the deal. I'm gonna spend that $300. See, that's $300 you could have been spending in your business into something that's going to bring you return. But now this thing that you bought, if it doesn't have any use at the moment, you bought it, you invested that money at the moment, you screwed, right? You just screw yourself in the foot. Guys, I'm telling you, if you're going to take your life to the next level, right, this year, you need to apply those principles. The last thing that I'm going to share with you before we end this video, guys, is to budget yourself. Budget yourself is so important. Once you start creating that income, that cash flow for you, don't spend everything on yourself. Don't go out there with your friends, get so excited, and you're spending everything you got on you. 10%. You're taking 10% for now, 30% back inside of your business. 30% back to make it grow a lot faster, guys. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. I believe if you apply those principles, if you apply these points that I share with you, this year is going to be so amazing to you. Come back to this video, leave a comment, let me know what you think. It's your boy Kader, guys. If you enjoyed this video, if you do find some value or something that you can implement, that you will implement this year to make your first 6-figure, to make 100K or more inside of your business, leave a comment down below, like this video, invite somebody else, subscribe to the channel, and we'll take it all the way to the top, baby. Let's get it. Let's go. So pound that for watching this video. Pow. I appreciate you. No quitters for life. Let's get it, baby. I love you. Let's do it. Boom. So pound out for watching this video. Pow. So